You know what I like?
What do you like?
I like chocolate. You know what I like?
What?
Strawberries. You know what I like? Chocolate strawberry milk.
Oh dear
Oh,
God.
God.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
It's messy.
It's funny.
You know what I hate?
What do you hate?
Chris.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Chris yelled at us before.
He yelled at us before.
I know. We were being insubordinate and we were out of line. And he yelled at us.
No good. We're D-minus chats.
I'm Brian.
I'm Greg.
We have an album review, but first
what did you listen to today?
I took an album that you shouted out recently in a recent episode of Babby Talk.
Whoa.
I listened to Orchid. Chaos is me.
Yay.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
Didn't like it.
No.
I actually really didn't. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah. And I appreciate its raw, chaotic nature. I really, really do. And I appreciate its insanity. Not that it was too intense for me. It wasn't, but I just didn't buy into it. I guess that was it. I'm sorry. I liked his cry singing, though. He did that sometimes.
Like Silencer?
You know what? It reminded me a little bit of Silencer.
Nice. Brian likes Bruce Springsteen.
I do.
That's more embarrassing.
I didn't like Orchid that much. I'm sorry. Maybe their other albums are pretty good. It was the one you recommended. But to be fair, it was your level 4, so I get it.
He's not ready.
What were you listening to today?
Oh, I don't even want to say anymore. I'm too ashamed.
Okay. We have an album review today. Dude, I'll give you another chance.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
sorry, man.
That's okay.
I was too hasty.
You're too hasty. You're too pasty.
I'm too pasty. I'm hasty and pasty. The hasty pasty. Hello.
Is that a Donovan song?
How you doing?
The Hasty Pasty Man?
I think so.
I was listening to Alina Perez and Galimatius. Galimatius? Galimatius.
Okay. Maybe.
Alina Perez and Galimatius and their album Urban Flora. Because it's an album and it combines sounds of pop and hip hop and R&B and vaporwave.
Greg.
And it's sexy. And I want to have sex with men and women to it.
Okay.
All at one time. It'll be a sex party. We're reviewing. What's their name? It's big.
Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Hey Greg, how about you define this band?
Vaporwave.
I did.
Chris thought it was funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
They're like...
We're not mad at Chris anymore.
No, he's better than I am. This band is like throwback soulishness.
Yeah. This band they define themselves as a modern soul band, which is cool, and it takes all of the conventions of classic soul and also a little bit of doo-wop and a little bit of brill building pop and a little bit of gospel, a little bit of Americana in the vein of the band. And this is their debut full-length album. It's self-titled.
Don't just stop there. You can keep going.
No, that was it.
No.
I was done.
There's blues in it too.
A little bit of blues, sure. A little bit of jazz.
A little bit of jazz. A little bit of... And they had a little bit of what you described as alt rock.
Tiny bit.
You said it.
Yeah, they get grouped into alternative because it's 2015. No one knows what to do anymore.
People are scared.
Different
Soul music
over here. They're sad.
And it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I really enjoyed this album. It was great. It's a sound I love, and this album was released by Stax Records.
Why?
Which I didn't think Stax was even still in existence, but they are. And when you think about it, this record embodies the Stax sound of those early Soul recordings. I was really happy with it. I love the slapback delay. I love all the reverb and the semi lo-fi AM radio quality analog. Steve Albini produced this.
You're lying.
Huh? So
I would have cried.
Okay,
Can't
cool.
trust him as far as you can throw him.
Well, I enjoyed it. What did you think?
I had a lot of feelings.
Okay.
A lot of feelings.
This is your time.
This is my time, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Good time to feel alive. Well, I mean, my feelings changed depending on the song. You know? I mean, there were some songs. Look at Here. I didn't have any feelings at all. Sure was a song. I didn't really care. But there were some songs, like, what were some songs? I'd Be Waiting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This song's awesome. That song was like if Radiohead covered Etta James. That's what it sounded like to me.
Can you elaborate on that?
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the thing that really stood out to me about that song in particular was there was no low end at all. They just didn't even try. And that's not a bad thing, but they didn't, was like they didn't put an effort in to have any low end. It was like vocals, percussion, and guitar. That was it. And it was cool, because it was really minimal. And it gave off a sort of like really vocal-driven sort of vibe with a lot of melody. I'm all about that melody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not about that bass. So it was good. And that's what I meant by that. That's how it reminded me. And the soulishness of the song reminded me of Etta James. And that's if they were to cover something like... Etta James did Outlast, right? That was her.
Yeah.
Like Outlast or something. That would be...
Okay.
But I mean, it was really... The sound of the band is easily the selling point, you know? I mean, if you throw this record on at party or for one of your good friends, then what will stand out to him or her is the odd throwback sound. I mean, there was a song, "Howling at Nothing," that it was a super anachronistic like doo-wop song the whole time, which was really cool. But then there were songs that were like, oh fuck, which was a jazzy song? Was it Shake? No, Shake was a weird one.
Yeah, it was a little bit of I had some interesting percussion that was like a little bit bossa nova-ish. The song was not.
Yeah.
But Shake was a little bit unconventional.
Right, and that was really weird. That was, as Brian said, hard to put his finger on. And there was a song called "Wasting Time," which was like an early country song. You know, I've heard a big Merle Haggard influence in that song. It had the pedal steel, pedal steel guitar, and that was really interesting. I mean, the first thing I thought of when that pedal steel came in was Dolly Parton. So
nice,
I mean,
okay.
There was a big country influence there. There was the song S.O.B. reminded me of Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band. You know, it went all over the place. Went all over the place in things that are old. So that was really strange. And so it was really difficult to pin down the band as a thing because it's not just like one throwback style. It's like many, which is very weird.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yeah, that. Exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoyed Wasting Time. I really enjoyed S.O.B. is a lot of fun. Howling at Nothing's a great song. I enjoyed Mellow Out, the closing track, because it's the closest that we're going to get on this album to Brill Building pop. In the vein of the Drifters or Frankie Valli a little bit. You know, it's a tiny bit. But, you know, the whole thing is that, sure, the sound of this band is the selling point. There's no denying that. And that's not to say that the character of the songs is lessened at any point, because the character of the songs is that they are so simple and straightforward.
Disagree.
Okay.
Disagree. My standpoint on that is I think that it was actually... The sound of the album is the best part of it, but at the same time, it was like they were foregoing interesting compositional things in favor of the sound, because it was interesting. And then you throw a song on like S.O.B. and it's like, oh, cool, like really like claps and fucking like yells and shit like that, and it was really cool. But where the fuck were the transitions?
Okay.
There were two parts and there was no transition.
Conversely, if you take this style and all the sounds on this album and put a couple of B verses and a bridge and go, almost a little too overboard with the arrangement, I'm afraid it's going to wind up to be like British Invasion.
I think they could have been a little bit more mindful to the composition and the transitions, and it would have turned out a little bit more smoothly. I'm not saying make it a Who song, but I think you very well could have throw an extra few things in here rather than it just being 2 parts and calling it a day. You know, because even like older blues songs, like from the 20s and shit, had like different parts, you know, where they didn't just recycle parts. So that was the biggest part of the album that did take away from me as a music listener. I do listen to music. So
interesting. Cool.
What are standout tracks?
Standout tracks, I really enjoyed S.O.B. That's a fun. That's the single right now. How Like a Nothing is probably my favorite. It's so soulful. And Wasting Time's awesome. I really enjoyed that one as well. I'd Be Waiting. I can't really downplay that one. That's great. There are some big highlights on this album that I really take away from it.
I like I'd Be Waiting. I like Howling at Nothing. And I like... What was the other one you said that was an SOB?
Wasting Time. Sure.
Those were mine. I liked those. Those were mine. I made those.
You didn't.
Those were mine. I will take those. It was a poem. It's a poem. It was poetry.
Robert Redford?
Wordsworth.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Who would you recommend this to?
God, I was hoping you were gonna.
Because I hate that question. I really do. I hate answering it.
Oh, really?
On Demonished Heads. I dislike it because. But this one this is so widespread. I'm actually quite curious.
I have a good answer.
Okay.
People who like Amy Winehouse. That's what I'd recommend this to. That is certainly who I'd recommend this to. Because the first song, it reminded me of like, that's how I'm doing this. The first song on the album, which was
I Never Get Old. It's a tough title.
That sounded to me like Amy Winehouse meets Bon Iver. And that's exactly what it sounded like.
That's awesome.
And I think fans of both of those things, fans of people who like indie folk like Bon Iver that's coming out, or the Mountain Goats even, they might get behind this if they can take a little bit of that soul in their coffee, if they put soul in their coffee, if they got clouds in their coffee. Clouds in their coffee.
Oh, so vain.
And I think that fans of Amy Winehouse would very easily be able to latch onto this because of the large soulful and R&B vibes that it gives off to the listener. How about you? You want to answer it? No?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I have a good one. Fans of Tame Impala.
Really?
Yeah, because if production's your thing... Listen, if you're a fan of Tame Impala, production's obviously your thing. Let's not fuck around here, okay? This is a 2015 Stax recording.
Wow.
This belongs to you. You can have it.
Put it in a box.
Mm-hmm. Here you go.
There you go.
Have a good one. Thanks for playing.
All right.
Hello. How you doing?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Kind of tough to spell, so we're going to give this to you. And the 8th person who comments on this video will receive this. We'll send it to you.
Daniel Hawthorne. No, Nathaniel Hawthorne, sorry.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe and Nathaniel Hawthorne's collaboration, The Scarlet Letter.
This is The Scarlet Letter.
This is The Scarlet Letter and The Sorcerer's Stone.
This is my husband's penmanship.
This is eration. This is an oblation.
This was my friend. This was somebody that I used to know.
This is my friend Benson's pens.
Dennis the tennis menace Edison.
Is Dennis?
It's Dennis.
This is for you. Do you want to...
If you live with a deer, he's your venison denizen. Thank you, Alex.
Bye.
Never said like, comment, subscribe. Call to action. It's in the book. How to be a YouTube guy.
We don't play by the rules.
Just do it.
like, comment, subscribe.
It's
Thank
good
you.
for you and
It's
it's
good
good
for
for us.
Exactly.
It's good for you and it's good for us. Mostly us.
It's good for all.